Remember, this is about our development, personally, psychologically. When is the last time that worrying has changed a result? That you worrying about something has made something come out exactly the way that you want it to. Because I recall worrying about things usually would make the things that you're worried about come to pass quicker or even more. So worrying never stopped anything. Worrying never changed an outcome. Now, why am I saying that? You have to let go of trying to control everything. My initial statement about this is about our development stands true. And the point of me saying that is that when you develop yourself to such a degree, when you do everything you can, you have to let go. You have to let go. When you're worried, you're fearful that you won't get the result that you want to get. But when you're prepared, you know that you'll get the result that you're supposed to get. But when you're not prepared, then you worry. Then you worry. I'm worried about a street fight if I get into, if I don't know how to defend myself, then I'm worried about a street fight. I would be worried if something happened, I would be worried. But if I train every day, Muay Thai, or all of the Taekwondo, all of the different martial arts, UFC, all that, then I've got nothing to worry about. I'm not really worried. Of course, if somebody pulls a gun, that's something different. But then I'm worried. But I'm not worried if I'm ready. I'm not worried. So you don't want to hold on to and focus on all of this stuff. My kids, I gotta control every single aspect of them. I gotta control every single aspect of my relationship. I gotta try to control everything. Some people have this compulsive disorder to want to control everything. And what they don't realize is that when you let go is when you gain control. It's funny that it works that way, because now you're not holding on tight. You're not suffocating that which you want to happen, or you're not suffocating that person, or you're not suffocating that outcome. You let it go. Hey, I put in my best. I have the best intentions. I've done all I can for my children. I've done all I can for my relationship. I've done all I can at this job. I want this result. I want a raise. I want to try to control it all. For what? This is all fleeting anyway. This is all an illusion anyway. Everything that we have, this is all an illusion. It's going to go away. It's not real. That which is real stays forever. So this is not real. This is an illusion. So why are you holding on to an illusion? Even your marriage, what you holding on for, you're not going to be here forever. Your job, you're not going to, why you need to control everything? You need to put your best foot forward. That's all. And you need to live in the now. And you can't live in the now if you're trying to control everything. You become robotic. And when you're robotic, you're stiff. And when you're stiff, you're not fluent. You can't adjust because of the need to have the control. What we want to have is the ability to live in right now and be our best selves. Whatever happens, happens. I go with the flow. So you're in flow state. They talk about that a lot, flow state. As an athlete, as a professional athlete, one of the things that we would get into is something what's called the zone, where I may score 15 or 20 points in one quarter. Now, it's going to feel like everything that I'm throwing up is just going in. Every shot that I put up is just going in. I could throw it, I could just get it, shoot it, and it goes in. But there's been those days where I would shoot it and I felt like I'm locked in, I'm concentrating, and I would miss the shots. But now I can shoot it off balance, on balance, whatever, and it's going in. That's flow state. I'm not trying to force anything. All I'm doing is I'm out here performing. I already practiced before. I'm not trying to force my shots. I already practiced. We practiced all week. I shot 300, 400, 500 shots a day. So I'm in flow state. Whatever comes, if I get that shot, I take that shot. But I'm not coming like forcing like this is what I'm gonna do on a defender. Because when you do that, when you try to control and force it all, it's going to be a problem. So by control, we can say force. I'm trying to force things to happen instead of allow them to happen. Allowing, right? We allow things to happen. This is the key. We live our lives and we allow them to happen. We don't force and control. Some people are so stiff. They can't live the life that they want to live because everything is forced. Every little nuance, everything has got to be controlled. And so the people around you, especially if you have children, now they're living in prison. They can't wait to break out of the prison. So you end up having a worse result. You end up having a worse result. Whether it's in your relationship, whether it's at your job, the people hate working for you. It's like you got to control. You have to give. One of the things that I thank my parents for, my mother even also, Pops was discipline, right? But they still gave us freedom to live, to experience things. They relied upon the teachings. This is if you have a child, they relied upon the teachings. They instill in us, and then they step back and say, okay, what you gonna do? Because guess what? Everybody's got to die someday. Everybody. Now, that doesn't mean we're irresponsible, but you have to know that we want the best, of course. And the evidence of us wanting the best is the things that we share with people, the things that we put into people. I can't control what people around me eat as a nutritionist. I can't control that. Let them eat what they want to eat. My way of allowing is, hey, you see the things that I eat, you see what I do. It'll come to you one day if it's supposed to come to you, because not everybody's supposed to have the same walk. It'll come to you. But there is no forcing. Chinese, I Ching wisdom. It's never wise to obtain anything by force. Never wise to obtain anything by force. Force is not good. When you allow it to happen, then it sticks. When it's all control, it's all this, it's all that, people can't wait to run wild. They cannot wait. So this is an illusion. This that you see, all this stuff right here, this is not real. One day it won't be here for you or I. Even if you come here today, it won't be here in 100 years. Why? Because you won't be here. That's why. It can be destroyed. This material stuff can be destroyed. All of it can be destroyed. So you never force or try to control everything. The more, have you ever heard, the more that you try to wrangle somebody, the more they want to do the opposite of what it is that you're asking them to do? You say, hey, this is what it is. Here it is right here. This is how we're going to run things. This is it. You on board or you're not on board? If you're on board, great. If you're not on board, great. That's it. But sometimes you block a lesson that you need to learn or a situation that you need to pass through because you're forcing. So, and I used to do this. So now I just allow things. Hey, I'm moving. Okay, well, we were supposed to go here. Oh man, it got closed. It got canceled. Well, let's go here now. This is where we're going. This is how we're living. We're going to go here. No problem. And that ends up being the best time of your life. Better than the one that you would have expected, because everything is as it should be. Things are happening for your betterment. Things are happening for you to become whatever it is that you're supposed to become. And so you can't overpower, or you don't have more control than the Creator has control. You don't have more control than the universe has control. Some things are simply meant to be, but you have to allow them to be. Things that happen to you, allow it. Don't block it, because then you block your lessons. And if you block your lessons, you block your blessings. By the way, I'm standing on top of the house right now. But it's really simple. It's really simple. The force creates rigidity. Some people are so stiff, and people hate being around them because they are so stiff. Now, it's one thing you can have discipline, but it's another thing that you don't have to control it all. You don't have to have control, because sometimes having control means you don't have control. And sometimes not having control or letting it be means you have all the control, because now things are flourishing and happening as they're supposed to be. So sometimes a good thing is to, you know what's interesting? Have you ever been looking for your keys or looking for scissors or something like that in the house, and you're desperately wanting them? You desperately want it, so you have to leave out and you couldn't find them. And so the next time you come back later on that day and you're not even looking for them, and they're right there. Why are they right there? Because you were forcing it so much that you couldn't see that they were right in front of you. You look and you say, how did I not see these? It's because you were desperately looking, and you were operating in force, in control. Where those keys at? I need those keys. Where those scissors at? I gotta cut. And then when you weren't looking for them, when you weren't focused on it, when you were just like doing whatever, they appeared. Now, it seems like they magically appeared because when you looked in that spot, you didn't see them before, but they were there. But the problem is the energy with which you were looking for them. You were desperate. You were forceful. And you have to be flowful, right? Like Bruce Lee says, like, be like water. Water can change into any state. Water can be solid, an ice cube. Water can be liquid, water. Water can be gas, steam. Water flows. And this really is true. This is what we should be. We should be that way. Be able to flow, be able to allow the situation to flourish. Go with the flow. You've heard that term before. Go with the flow. But some people, rather than go with the flow, they go with the force, and they try to make it happen, force it to happen. And thus, it ends up being a train wreck. It's never what it is that they intended it to be. Let go. Let go. Just live. You only got a short amount of years on it. Even if you live to be 120, you only have a short amount of time here. This is an illusion. You don't hold on, and even deeper, you don't even hold on to this. You don't hold on to this, what they call life, as this is an illusion. You don't hold on to this. You're passing through. Now, it doesn't mean you live irresponsibly. I still feel that you should try to eat the best, try to, do what you can to maintain the vehicle, to keep the vehicle strong, because the body is the vehicle. So that doesn't mean be ignorant and then get your legs cut off because you got type 2 diabetes at 38. But go with the flow. Enjoy. Make the most of. But never force. Never, I gotta control everything. Of course, in a business, you have to maintain some kind of organization because organization prevents chaos. So there should be a certain amount of control. Let's get that straight. But in the sense of how you live your life, be in flow state. Allow. Okay, this is what's happening. What can I learn from the situation? This is what you ask yourself. What can I learn from this? Who do I need to become based upon what has happened? Let go. When you let go, you get more. When you force, you block out. Let go. Everything is changing each and every day. Everything is evolving. And so we must evolve. You cannot evolve if you maintain your forceful or rigid state. You will not be able to evolve. And you must evolve because all things are evolving. These trees you see behind me, they were not that tall before. They were once small trees, but guess what? They're growing. They're evolving. They're producing fruit. And this is what we want you to do. We want you to produce fruit. We want you to bear fruit. We want you to evolve. Now, if they just said, I'm not going to grow, I'm going to do this how I want to do it, wouldn't be this tall. But they allow nature to take its course, just as we have to allow nature to take its course and flow within nature. All of this stuff it's not real. It's not real. This is why I always laugh when the evidence that this stuff is an illusion is, why is it that I can go to one city, I can go to Miami, and rent will cost $2,500 1 month, and then I can go to next year and it'll cost $6,000. Why? It's because it's not real. It's all based upon the perception of what people have. It costs this much to live in this area, and people's opinions are always changing. In the next year, it can go down to $1,700. So that is not real. That is an illusion. That is not real. That which is real lasts forever. That lasts forever. And so since it's not real, there's no need to overthink or overcomplicate. Your relationship will not last forever. Somebody will transition before the other, or the relationship will end. Your job will not last forever. Your business will not last forever. Be able to let it go. My time is up. You got to recognize when the time is up. I needed to be with this person for this amount of time. Our time is up. No problem. I must move on. I was here at this job for this amount of time. No problem. I had this business partner for this amount of time. We think that everything is supposed to stay in our lives forever. We're not going to stay in the lives of people forever. You had friends you went to school with when you was 12 years old, and now you don't even talk to them. You let go. It's just a part of the game. And it's not even a game, it's a part of life. This is how it works. This is how it works. So in a sense, we are still detached, right? We are still detached from that which no longer serves us. And by serve, meaning to improve us, our lessons, the things that we need to know, the things that we need to learn, to grow, to improve, to enhance. But if you're going to stay, I'm going to stay with this job, even though all the signs say it's time for you to go. So the more that you stay when you should let go is the more you're going to suffer. You're going to suffer more because you're going against nature. You're not allowing because of a result that you want. The more that you try to force and force and force and force, I want to live in this seed right here. Everything keeps happening to you. Watch the signs. Pay attention to the signs. I want to keep doing business with that, or I want to keep being friends with this guy. This guy keeps doing sneaky stuff behind your back. You still keep looking past it. It's okay. Let it go. You wanted to dream of being an architect, but now you're making all this money effortlessly being a consultant. Being a construction consultant. Let it go. Let it go. That's what this is about. Let it go. Let go. You have to have the eyes to see what's going on. Okay. Let it go. And watch everything come. When you let it go, it comes. If you force, it's not going to come. You're going to create misery. You're going to create anger, unhappiness, sadness, all of these things. It's time to let go. It's all an illusion. Everything is passing. Look at everything as passing. And eventually you will pass. We will all pass. Eventually to the next dimension, to the next realm, to the next level of learning. So there's no need to hold on to that which is passing. Whether it's material, whether it's people, no matter what, whether it's outdated ideals as well. All of these things are going to create problems in your life. So you have to allow it. Allow the separation from you and everything that does not serve you. Allow that. Sometimes that's going to mean people. Sometimes that's going to mean occupations or businesses or goals. It's okay to pivot. It's okay to pivot, but you have to allow yourself that, give yourself that grace, because this is going to give you peace in your heart. Initially, it's going to be uncomfortable. When you just let it go, it's uncomfortable, and people do not want to face that discomfort. But the longer that you don't just let go, is the longer you hold on to the illusion, is the longer it's going to be more difficult for you to break away from it. See, that's the rub. The longer you hold on, the tougher it's going to be to let go. So you got to be able to just, okay, no problem. This is what it is. You accept that, hey, this is what it is. Let go. Man, they burnt my car up. All right. You get another car. It's materials. You have to get another car. It's okay. You didn't die. You didn't die. They foreclosed on your house. So what? You won't be the first one. You won't be the last one. It's okay. It is what it is. You went through a divorce. Let it go. The divorce happened for a reason. They're downsizing at the job. Let it go. It's another job that's waiting for you. That's better. It's better. You can't live where you wanted to live. Let it go. The restaurant that you want to go to is not open. Let it go. Let it go. And oftentimes we're doing these comparisons. We compare ourselves to people, which is a dangerous game as well. You're comparing yourself because you're focused on what other people think of you. You've built an image in your mind, and you think that you're more important than you give yourself credit for. Everybody is transitioning. I just said that. So there's no big I's and little U's, as my cousin would say. Everybody's transitioning. Just make the most of yourself. Learn your lessons in this dimension so that you don't have to come back and repeat them. And that's it. You live relaxed. You know that there's going to be a certain amount of stress throughout your life that you're going to have to deal with. That's the human experience. You're not going to avoid that. There's always going to be stress. You have to be a great manager of stress and avoid unnecessary stress. There's unnecessary stress, and you avoid unnecessary stress by letting go when you have to let go. And that's called discernment. You have to know when to hold, when to fold, as the song say. The guy, I think it's Kenny Rogers. Do your best, as I always say. You always put your best foot forward, but you let go when it's time to let go. You don't hold on, because that could be the very thing that's going to pull you down and destroy your life. Let go of control and gain the world.